Hello friends, I am Dr. Vijay Yevle, heading the Institute of Child Health at the Apollo Hospitals, Navi Mumbai. I just received a call from one of my patient's parents saying that his 3-year-old child has fever since yesterday and where can I take him for testing for COVID. Well, this sort of a inquiry from parents is not uncommon in these days. So I'm going to talk to you about this resurgence in corona and the feeling that there is an increased affection of children during this cold wave. So let us look at the evolution of this disease. If you remember, last April and May we were under lockdown and corona was all around. We started controlling the disease with COVID appropriate behavior that included physical distancing, masking, and hand hygiene. And then, of course, we had cases which were managed very well by the medical fraternity, and gradually the disease came under control. And then there was a good news about this vaccine, which was started in human beings. And India not only started vaccinating the Indian population, but also exported the vaccine to other countries. What happened but that? We became little lax. We stopped behaving COVID appropriate. We left our mask dangling down from our face around the neck. We started going out. We made crowds. Children started coming out to play. And simultaneously, as a part of a natural process, this coronavirus underwent what is known as a mutation in medical genetic language. This kind of mutation leads to a few effects, and one of the effects of mutation is increase in the transmissibility, meaning thereby the ability of the virus to spread from one infected individual to the next, and this increased tremendously. So, coupled with this inappropriate COVID behavior and the variation in terms of the genetic material of the virus, led to a second wave of COVID 19. And since over 2 weeks or so, lot many individuals are infected, that includes even children. But friends, remember, by and large, a child gets infected from an adult source who could be either asymptomatic individual or may suffer from mild to severe COVID disease. So indirectly what I'm trying to impress upon you is the onus is on us grown up adult individuals to protect our children. Yes, children are infected to a greater extent during this COVID wave, partly because of increased transmissibility and partly because of the overall increase in the volume of the disease. But remember, like in the first wave, the disease continues to be mild in children. Only children who are little older in age, who have other chronic diseases like chronic kidney disease, chronic lung disease, some congenital heart disease, or who have underlying immunodeficiency, who are severely malnourished, or who have, say, morbid obesity, or who have diabetes. These are the children who are likely to develop little more than what is known as mild disease. These are the children who may require hospitalization also. And then you have another category of very young infants who, when contracted or infected with COVID, can develop illness which may require hospitalization. At the same time, other usual infections which are common in children, like your common cold, cough, flu-like illness, loose motions, vomiting, they continue to be around. But let me tell you friends, it is impossible for any individual or even for a medical doctor to differentiate a COVID from other usual viral infections because there is a great deal of overlap in the symptoms. Hence, it is always better to get in touch with your doctor who may advise you testing or who may not advise you testing. Remember, let me repeat that these children by and large get infection from an adult, and it is prudent not to allow elderly in the family, especially the grandparents, to care for these children, because whether tested or not, if this child has corona, he is a potential source for infection to these grandparents, who, if they contract corona, can really suffer from a severe complicating disease. By and large, these children with mild corona disease require symptomatic treatment, and you must talk to your doctor and get a prescription on treatment for these symptoms. Yes, remember, unlike adults, they do not have severe disease in acute infection. However, not very commonly, but uncommonly, some children develop what is known as post-COVID inflammatory syndrome. What happens in that? You have a child who continues to have fever for 3 to 4 days, can have rashes, can have red eyes, pain in tummy, severe loose motions, and then the child can become listless and could be irritable otherwise and present to the hospital. Friends, there is an increased awareness and knowledge about this post-COVID inflammatory syndrome amongst all the pediatricians. And your pediatrician would be able to pick up if the child has the inflammatory multisystem syndrome. So please report to your doctor if your child has these kind of symptoms: fever persisting beyond 3-4 days, rashes, red eyes, irritability, severe loose motions, and if the child is listless or extremely irritable. So once again, let me repeat that COVID is here to stay. Let us not shed our COVID appropriate behavior. What is going to save you is physical distancing, wearing mask, practicing hand hygiene. And yes, not to forget, please encourage all the age eligible and comorbidity eligible individuals in your family to go and take the vaccine against COVID. And there is a good news. From May 1st, this vaccine would be made available to one and all above the age of 18 years. And the trials for vaccinating children are underway, and very soon we will have a vaccine for children as well. So stay safe, wear mask, avoid going out unnecessarily. Thank you.